We're gonna do a 7-round mock draft here for Headley's Atlanta Falcons.
Oh
So
yeah, you
this
see
should
it
be
behind me. Y'all see it behind me, man. That's prime. You see prime in that 21.
original prime.
Is that Jerry Curl Prime, bro?
Here. That is Jerry Curl prime.
Yeah.
That's Atlanta Braves prime right there. Headley, being our resident Falcons fan, I'm really interested to get your thoughts on how we approach this thing.
They're gonna be aggressive, man. You got to get that quarterback. It was an eyesore for the Falcons last year. Not only the quarterback, but we need to put some weapons around the quarterback. Right now, we have Drake London, Kyle Pitts. Those are the only two guys.
Bijan.
And Bijan out the backfield. You got to respect Bijan out the backfield. But we need another receiver. We need another guy out there. A speed guy, someone that could stretch the defense. So, that's where I'm looking at for the Atlanta Falcons. The defense actually played pretty decent last year, but we still looking for that pass rusher. We still looking for that pass rusher in Atlanta.
I'm all for it, baby.
So again, before I hit the button, Headley, do you want to get aggressive? Are you willing to stay put at 8? What do you want to do?
I want Caleb Williams.
Yo,
aggressive.
Yo. So you wanna trade up to 1?
Hey, is this my draft? That's what I'm doing. Doing, man. I'm getting Caleb Williams. I don't know how realistic it's going to be. I want Caleb Williams. If we don't get Caleb Williams, I'm fine with Jaden Daniels. And then Justin Fields. That'll be my order. Caleb, Jaden Daniels, Justin Fields.
You don't want no part of Drake, man.
Oh man, I got some reservations with Drake, man.
You know the problem.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
Promise, right?
What promise? North Carolina? No, it ain't that. It ain't that.
Oh, come on.
It ain't that. It's that.
You named all these guys, bro. You just skip that guy. Bro.
Hey, you know who I'd be okay with? I seen DJ do a mock draft. Had JJ McCarthy with the 8th pick. I'm fine with JJ McCarthy in the 2nd round. I'm fine with him in the 2nd round. I don't know about the 8th pick. I know he's moving up draft boards, but I wouldn't be happy with him getting drafted 8 to the Atlanta Falcons.
I don't think. I don't think Headley has a problem with Penix necessarily.
I like Penix.
It's kind of where you're getting him, though. You want to maximize the value, I suppose.
Yeah.
But you know how we are. We open to the idea of Penix is in the top 10. You got to have the conviction. What about the potential of a Kirk Cousins, Headley? What do you think about bringing in Kirk?
I like it. I like Kirk Cousins, man. He's shown he's produced everywhere he's been. He's a veteran quarterback. He could lead these young guys along. I think he'll get us into the playoffs. So, I'm fine with Kirk Cousins also.
You actually hold the Jaguars 79th overall pick. That's tied to Calvin Ridley. So if the Jags,
it could be a 2nd round pick also.
It would become a 2nd round pick. That's correct.
Jags need to they need a receiver, man. They need to sign him up.
No, the Bears say hell no. The Bears say
it ain't happening. All right,
it ain't happening. It ain't happening.
Let's slow the draft up. Let's see what the Bears do.
Slow it up.
And then we'll talk to Washington. We'll talk to Washington next.
All right, Drake went first overall. So
there we go. Now we're talking to Washington.
Let's see. Now we're gonna make the offer to Washington. They might be takers.
Some interest.
I don't know if you want to give that up. Let's see if I can get you some draft.
I don't even need nothing back. But
you don't need nothing back. You good?
I'm good, bro.
It's Caleb, bro. Right. He said it's Caleb.
He said it's Caleb. All right.
You
to have you
like it was Michael Vick, bro. It's Caleb. It's Vick, bro.
Ooh.
No, sir. That's the first time I've seen that.
Ooh.
Okay, now we gotta give a little more.
Yeah, so you gotta sweeten it. You gotta sweeten the
deal.
Deal.
You do a 5th.
Nope. We can do
the other 5th.
We'll do the 5th this year.
See
what happens.
They don't want to do business.
Oh no!
It's tough.
Nope.
Give me the 181 back or something. Give me something back. All right. Last shot. I'm gonna take these 2 off and run it. You good with this, Headley?
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Nope.
Oh,
all right.
Man, sabotage.
The fix is in, bro. The fix is in.
No Caleb Williams. We got to go to Plan B.
Yeah, Plan B will be Jaden Daniels, Justin Fields.
Now, where would you be trading up in order to ensure that you got Jaden Daniels, or are you just letting the draft come to you at this point?
I'll probably let the draft come to me. Let the draft come to me because Justin Fields is still in my back pocket right there. I probably could get him for a 2nd round pick. and I'm fine with Justin Fields. So if Jaden Daniels doesn't fall to 8, then I'm okay trading for Justin Fields.
All right, there's your Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, let's lock up Jaden Daniels, man. Let's go get the franchise quarterback. Let's pair him with Bijan Robinson in that backfield, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna get him some weapons later on in the draft. So let's get Jaden Daniels from LSU.
You got the Bengals and the Rams making offers as well. Any consideration on the trade down, or do you want to just focus on what's here on the board?
All right, there we got. Let me see the receivers. I know we got Darius Robinson. He'd be the defender I would try to get. I think we could. Those second-tier receivers seems to have come off the board, so I think we could wait a little bit for receiver. I know you got Jermaine Burton, Xavier Worthy. They both could stretch the field. I like Jalen Polk also for Washington. Roman Wilson.
Got my guy Xavier Legette out there.
I know Darius Robinson. He's the highest guy on the board right here. I think he's a first-round talent. We talked about that pass rush for Atlanta, getting after the quarterback. Calais Campbell, older player. I'm not sure if he's coming back. So I kind of like Darius Robinson here, man, to fill in right there. He could play the 5 tech for us. He could stand up. He could be versatile all along the defensive line, man, and get after the quarterback.
That's true.
And helping the run game as well.
The position flexibility is big here with Darius Robinson. DK was asking you about Edgerrin Cooper. What do you think about Edgerrin Cooper here? You feel good about what you have at the second level?
We could improve the second level. Right now we have Caden Ellis. I know we drafted Troy Anderson. So he might come in, step up as starter. I like what Nate Landman did for us last season. But if you ask me Darius Robinson or Edgerrin Cooper, I'll probably pick Robinson. I'll probably pick the pass rusher over Edgerrin Cooper.
Sorry, DK. Darius Robinson is the pick.
Boys tried to,
he
tried to sell you on something else.
Try to get me, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. The Giants had a shot at him, and they passed him up. So, all right. Ooh, Brandon Dorless here, 74. Do we need to talk about it?
Yeah. Darius
and again,
Robinson.
this is the Falcons pick, but they also have the 79th pick in the 3rd round, which belongs to the Jaguars. If the Jaguars extend Calvin Ridley, that conditional pick becomes a 2nd round selection. So Falcons in a pretty good spot here.
Oh, Cam Kitchen's still on the board.
Good players on the board. Big T Sweat up front. Woo.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse Bates. We had Jesse Bates.
Yeah. I hear you.
Can't get
you already got a center fiader. You already got a center
fielder. I'm looking at that wide receiver position, man. I see a guy, one of your guys, Juice, Malachi Corley right there. We got Brandon Rice also, but I think Brandon Rice is more in the Drake London mold. Yeah. We do need a slot and a Z. So I think Malachi Corley would be a nice addition here for the Falcons.
Malachi Corley is a pick here. Now, Headley, my thing was, and I get it, Darius Robinson was on the board, so you didn't want to pass him up. I still think you need a guy who's going to stretch the field.
I think so too.
I think Corley is a nice addition to this offense, a very nice addition to this offense, right? Having to try to tackle Bijan Robinson and Malachi Corley in open field is hell, right? And he's a nice complement to what you have in terms of Drake London and Kyle Pitts, but I still think you need that guy who can take the top off the defense. So at some point, we got to see if we can add some additional speed. Mind you, there's free agency, of course, veterans that might be available via trade, but yeah, I think that's something that we just need to keep our eye on. So Malachi Corley here with the 74th overall pick. Ooh, Brandon Dorless still out here.
Yeah, man. That's the guy I'm looking at right now. I know we drafted Darius Robinson on the defensive line, but Dorless is another guy that could offer a lot of versatility. He weighed at 272 at the combine. I like him more at that 290 weight at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah,
I like him more at that 290 weight. But if he's playing 272, he got the versatility to stand up in this 3-4 defense. Brandon Dorless, man, let's get him to the front 7 for Atlanta. 78th ranked player. We got pick 79. Yeah, I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk the talent of a Brandon Dorless.
So let me just this is the last thing I'm going to say. With Tavondre Sweat on the board, you're not willing to risk it.
I need guys to get after the passer, man. I know what Sweat brings. We got David Onyemata. We picked him up free agency from the Saints.
Okay.
He's a big guy in there that can handle the run. I need guys to get after the passer because handling the run, I don't think we had a issue there last season. It's just getting after the passer, man.
All right. AD kid, man. This is Headley's draft. It's the Falcons, man. It's his draft. See what we have available at 110.
Remember you asked me who the top nickel corners is in the class, top 5?
Mm-hmm.
Both Brownlee and Melton was on that list.
All right. So while you mull that over, we could drop down 6 spots here, add some additional draft capital. What are your thoughts there? I know you mentioned like you like a few corners there.
Yeah, I'm okay with trading back here. A lot of guys I like on the board right now.
With a shot. Oh, they were game. All right, let's resume the draft here. Oh, Brownlee and Melton gone.
Both of them?
Both of them.
Man, kind of slip right there. I didn't expect that. Okay.
Josh Newton time?
Yeah, I like Josh Newton also. Let me look at that wide receiver. You say we need a receiver to stretch the field?
You might have to go the veteran route for the field stretcher.
That's fine.
Get you a Nelson Aguilar, bro.
He actually was extended. He was extended.
Hollywood? Is Hollywood out there? Hollywood Brown?
He is a free agent. Hollywood is a free agent.
Stretch the field. Not sure he's going to come down with it, but, you know.
Bring Deshaun Jackson out of retirement, bro.
So, Headley, DJ James, Josh Newton, Kalen Carson here.
Yeah.
This ain't the Kalen King pick, bro? Seriously.
Kalen King.
I'm just saying, bro.
I'm a Josh Newton guy, man. He's big. He's physical. He could play the ball. I know he had a rough game against Texas, but man, the tape was good in 2022. 2023 in spurts. He had good tape there as well. I don't know if I want to pick him here though. You know what we can do too? Interior offensive line. I think we can use some depth at the offensive line position. I know our starters are kind of in place, but we don't really have any depth along the offensive line, man. Cooper Beebe's there, Bo Limmer. But how about the tackles? Jake Matthews getting a little older. We got Christian Jones, Javon Foster. I like both of those. Who you like more, Drew? Foster or Jones?
I like Foster more.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I like Javon Foster here, man.
Foster?
Yeah, I'm with Javon Foster.
All right.
Javon Foster.
Yeah. Jake Matthews is getting an older player. Can't play forever.
Get his understudy to swing tackle. All right. Mm-hmm. Javon Foster it is. Okay. Josh Newton time?
Benson. Yeah, let's go. Let's lock up Josh Newton. Corner from TCU.
Josh Newton. And I believe the next pick is the pick that we added in that trade down earlier in the 4th round. And that puts you at 4 selections.
Make it count, bro. Bro, you got to make this pick count because it costs you your 2 corners, bro.
Yeah, they did take my corner center.
Drew, you just had to remind him, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Gotta make sure, man. That'd be the owner, bro. You know what I mean? The owner coming there and be like, hey, man, cost me them players now. You got to make this one count since you traded down.
Appreciate that, Bluto. Appreciate the heads up there.
You got that. Bro, he's still playing?
Hey, wasn't Brown on the PEDs? Wasn't he on the PEDs?
I think so.
Yeah, he probably was.
Hey, man. Listen.
Why do you need to be on the PEDs as big as you already was, bro?
Hey, man, you think the PEDs ain't had nothing to do with that, bro?
He been on them.
I'd like to think they weren't, bro, but
What safety
he
look like?
Anabolic HGH, bro. What you saying, Ellie?
The safeties. What the safeties look like?
Where did Brandon Browner come from? What school?
Genesis.
I think it was somewhere. Was it Pac-12? Oregon State, I believe. Fact check me on that one. I think it was Oregon State.
Name that school. Yeah, I checked out your Trey Taylor D-Kid. Check them out. I think he's a strong safety, bigger, come up and field. Huh?
That's a point to juice. That's a point to juice right there.
Come on, bro. Come on, bring back
hey, man.
Memories, bro.
Point to
Name
juice,
that
bro.
school.
Yeah,
Trey Taylor looked better coming forward, big safety, come up the field and hit. His ability to read the quarterback eyes. it's that whole level of competition thing with him. He made a lot of plays at the line of scrimmage. You know, he's 6 foot 210. He's Ed Reed's cousin, man. Trey Taylor. Ed Reed's
man.
cousin. Yeah.
Might need
gotta
to
move
draft
him up
just
the
'cause of
board.
that.
Gotta move him up the board.
Let's go draft Trey Taylor from Air Force. We looked up Richie Grant. I know he was the guy there at safety. Didn't play so well last season. Might be coming to the end of his contract there with Atlanta. Helms actually started towards the end of the season for Atlanta, the 7th round pick last season. We should add more competition with Trey Taylor from Air Force.
All right. Trey Taylor's in the fold. You're up again at 189. 3 picks remaining here. Falcons 7th-round mock draft.
We're going to go to the off-ball linebacker here. Get
right.
some more depth along there. I know Troy Anderson. I'm looking for a step up this year from Troy Anderson, but let's go get Bookie Watson, man. Let's go get Drew's guy.
Bookie.
Let's go get Drew's guy right there, man. Yeah, man. Come up and hit, man. It's just his anticipation game, man. His ability to anticipate, see it, run and chase, sideline to sideline. Instincts. Definitely, man. Pass coverage is a little work, but he got the instincts at the linebacker at the second level.
And the boys led the league in tackles, not last year, but the year before.
201 and 241 here remaining.
Right. It's you know what you gotta do right here, bro.
What that?
Go get you some big fast guys, bro. Get you a fast guy, get you a big guy, bro. It's ain't hard.
You know what? Let's go get you know who's big, fast, can stretch the field? There's a wide receiver out there, man. UTS transfer, went to Ole Miss last season. Zachary Franklin, Ole Miss. He's a bit of a project, but you know he can stretch the field. He's big, he's fast, and worst case, you know he'll be a special teams player for us. So I'm okay with Zachary Franklin right here, betting on the potential.
The traits at this point in the draft, right? The Sparky, gotcha.
Yeah, we need somebody in the run game. You know, Raheem Morris brought over Zach Robinson. They like to get their tight ends blocking. Yeah, let's go get Span forward with the last pick.
All right, Headley. Here's your draft. But before you get into it, I'm gonna let Drew give his opinion, and then I want you to break it down in its totality. So, Drew, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Headley's Falcons here? I mean, set aside your bias, your Tampa Bay, your pewter-colored glasses, and let's discuss the prospects selected here.
So I was kind of going down it and was like checking. I checked Daniels. I love it. Robinson, love it. Malachi Corley, I love it. For where he got drafted. Dolis, you know how we feel about him. Javon Foster. Like, I'm trying to figure out a guy I didn't like, right? You know, and the guy I didn't like was Franklin, I think. But again, that's late in the draft. We're just taking a shot, trying to get some speed on the field. So I guess I gotta like it because that's what we'll figure out if he can be a guy for the team, right? If he can be a not necessarily a starter, but a major piece at some point for this football team. And then Headley talked me into Brevin Span forward. I like every pick here, man. I can understand every pick that's made. It makes sense to me. This team is this is one of the teams in the league that I think that's on the uptick. They just need a couple of players to put in some pieces. I think they got the right coach in line. And so you got your quarterback, you got your edge, because Headley been talking about edge in terms of Robinson. He can do some things. You can play some games, get cute up front. You got Malachi Corley, who's a weapon and a problem if the ball's in his hands. And then you got Brandon Dolis, who's also you can get cute and play some games. So now you got two guys along that defensive line. And then you still have Grady Jarrett and Samana. So that D-line is serious. This is some serious work they did on the D-line. And then Javon Foster, we can plug in. You know, obviously you said Matthew's not going to play forever. So, you know, and if you needed a 6 offensive lineman, you have him here. And if you need a 7th, you got the tight end and forward. So, you know what I mean? So let's run it. So, yeah, I like this a lot. I think the only thing that you may have lost out on, obviously, is the corner you actually wanted, right? But you got a consolation prize in Josh Newton, man. Just don't have him covering Xavier Worthy, and you'd be all right.
Shouldn't be a problem if you don't have to match up against Xavier Worthy. All right, Headley, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, right? You were adamant. You were adamant on the first 4 selections in terms of, well, ultimately you wanted to trade up and acquire Caleb Williams. Didn't work out, right? The asking price was very, very steep. Ultimately, we ran out of shots, right? We ran out of bullets in terms of being able to make that trade. So on that next tier, your thoughts were Jaden Daniels, potentially Justin Fields there, even maybe Michael Penix. You get Jaden Daniels without having to actually give up any draft capital. In the second round, Darius Robinson falls to you. Hard pressed to pass it up. I think you had some decent offers on the board, but hard pressed to pass that up. We think he's going to go in the first round. Malachi Corley, we're big fans of his. I think you definitely need that skill set on the roster. Still looking for that guy to really stretch the field, but certainly Corley's a difference maker. Again, we've waxed before about Brandon Dorlus and all the versatility that he offers. He's not just a versatile guy. He's not just like a jack of all trades, kind of master of none type of guy. He actually is an excellent football player. Whatever he does it at a high level. Foster was part of the trade down. Again, you didn't necessarily get the corners you may have coveted, but Foster's a very intriguing prospect. I think he's going to develop into a quality starter in the league. Josh Newton's a guy that, listen, 3 months ago, we were substantially higher on. 2 months ago, we were substantially higher on. I think getting him here in the 5th round is great value. And then, of course, Trey Taylor, Nathaniel Watson, Franklin, and Spanford rounds things out. So, Headley, take me through it. Take me through, what you might have done differently.
Yeah, I think the corner thing was the big thing right there. Jarvis Brownlee and Max Melton was on the board. I have higher grades on those two guys. But the consolation prize is not a bad one because I feel Josh Newton plays the outside corner probably better than a Max Melton and a Brownlee. He's big, he's physical, he plays the football. Like I said, the 2022 tape is, I had Newton as a top 5 corner. So, he had a couple of bad games in 2023. He's dropping down the board, but the skill set's still there, the size is still there, the ball skills is still there for Josh Newton, and he has inside-outside versatility. What I really love is the Darius Robinson, Brandon Dorlus. Just adding those two guys to the front 7, an improving front 7. Going to get Grady Jarrett back, Onyemata, Ebiketie, pass rush on the outside, Caden Ellis in the middle. So just adding those two guys, those are dogs, those are pit bulls. 110% effort on every single play. I love that. And then the offense, man, we had to get the offense right. That was the eyesore last season. We added a franchise quarterback in Jaden Daniels. Accuracy to all 3 levels of the field, deep, intermediate, short. And then we added Malachi Corley, another pit bull on the offensive side of the football. Some compare him to Debo. I think the route running needs to improve if he wants, that comparison. But at the Senior Bowl, the routes were decent. Moving up my draft board because of that that performance at the Senior Bowl. So you added Daniels with a Drake London, Corley, Kyle Pitts, and now we just need that receiver over the top. I think free agency, it'll be some guys there to acquire. So I think the offense is right because the offensive line is pretty solid. We got our starters, but also the Javon Foster pick in the 4th round. Our swing tackle there. And, the eventual Jake Matthews replacement, man, we could he's a guy that needs a little more polishing. So he could sit, for a year or 2 until he's ready, and he'll be a plug and play guy then. And then the end of the draft was just, some physical guys that I liked at the end of the draft with Trey Taylor, Bookie Watson, and Brevin Spanford. Some guys that's physical could bring some power to our team. I think with this new coaching with Zach Robinson there, a lot of running the football. The tight end is going to be asked to block a lot. So with Kyle Pitts on the roster, I just want to add more a physical tight end. And Spanford, he could also, he plays the ball really well. He's tall, and he could go up and get it also. So, they graded me B-, man, but this is the A+ draft, man.
Take that.
And not too many people can block Derek Brown, man.
I was just about to say that. Who can block Derek Brown? I'm with Juke. I like it, Headley. I like it. D-Kit mentioned it. The top 4 is nasty, bro.
Yeah.
The first 4, I respect you sticking to your guns on those first 4 selections because that's an impressive haul. What you did along the down line. I mean, you're adding Darius Robinson, Brandon Dorlus, Onyemata, and Grady Jarrett. That's a problem. That's a problem, right? And I mean, that's a fist fight, bro. All game. So really impressive stuff there. Of course, Malachi Corley is just another playmaker out there. Defensive backs aren't going to want to tackle Malachi Corley, bro. He's just going to bounce off of them. So, you got guys who can, catch it short, extension, a short pass, kind of the extension of the running game between he and Bijan Robinson. That gives you a lot of flexibility. Drake London is going to go out there and climb the ladder for you, and Kyle Pitts can stretch the field from the tight end position. Like you mentioned, you just need that guy to really back those safeties off a bit more. So I'm big fans of that. And even if you extend it through the first 6 to 8 picks in particular, I like it. Right? We came away impressed by what Nathaniel Watson kind of got on our radar at the Senior Bowl. Trey Taylor is growing on us collectively, and I think we're still fans of Josh Newton, especially in the 5th round. I think that's great value for Josh Newton, despite some of his struggles in 2023. So I like it.